Well, good afternoon. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content's made for absolutely everybody. We think it's specifically made for us, and hopefully for you as well. Today, episode 14, lucky number 7 times 2, Wolf in the Fold. Now, I think we were on a downswing.
Alex, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I gotta cut you off. I just got this awesome Star Trek 50th anniversary box set in the mail, and I have to show it.
Oh, look at
off.
that! Oh, that is so cool.
Got the beaming down effect.
Oh, that's incredible. Wow.
Yeah, I bought it. This actually came out a couple years ago, obviously, whenever the 50th anniversary was. But I saw it had a deal online. It has everything that includes the original cast. So I'm reading off the back, we have all 3 seasons of the original series, all, I believe, 7 of the movies, and then the animated series as well, and then some documentaries and behind-the-scenes stuff on here, too. So I had to pick this up, and I couldn't wait. I'm sorry. I had to cut you off there at the beginning because this just came in, and I think it's the coolest thing ever.
Oh, nice. Did you have to get a third mortgage for that?
4th, actually. But, I think this one is worth it. The 2nd and 3rd were a mistake, but I think this one is going to be a good one.
That's neat. Look at this. I have this blue wall back here. Look at that, because I'm in a garage, and I tried hanging up posters, and they fell down because it's cloth. So I'm in actor audition blue land. So that's what I got going for me.
Yeah, and then one last new thing. I want to thank Ron, who just made our new logo recently. This is our first video. We're going to be using the new overlay setup, a nice new color change for target audience. So we got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. But Alex, please, I'll set up my Star Trek in my background. Go on with what you were saying about what we're watching today.
Oh, we're watching that show that we've been watching for a while, Star Trek, the original series. You might have heard of it. Our last episode was great, but at the time of this recording, the comments came up on YouTube for the one where they got old. And people were like, oh, you guys missed a point. It slowed the plot down because they were slow and old. I'm like, that doesn't mean it doesn't suck. I'm sorry. The point can be that, but it's like, if the point sucks, then I don't care. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I'm an idiot.
I mean, I didn't have much to say about the comments just because I feel like it was an episode that we didn't think was, like, terribly made or anything. We just didn't like it, We just didn't really like it or care for it. And it's like, when it's an episode like that, I think similar to The Changeling, it's like, there's really not that much to change anyone's mind if you just don't like something. Like, if I was saying that I thought technically it was poorly made or the makeup looked really bad or something, then I would understand maybe someone having a different kind of insight on things. But when it's just straight up like, look, I don't like this story, I don't think the story was done well, then it is what it is. But I do appreciate seeing the different opinions.
Josh, if you told me that Pepsi was bad, I wouldn't sit here arguing with you like, oh, you missed a point. Pepsi's actually really good. Because it's like, okay, you didn't like it. That's fine. I'm not going to take offense that you didn't like Pepsi or try to explain to you. It's like, whatever.
We got hot Alex today. All right.
Alex is hot today. I'm gonna bring this mic a little closer. All right.
Well, yeah, we're gonna jump into Wolf in the Fold today. Obsession was great, though. I think we both really loved that, and hopefully that just continues to go here as we approach the 2nd season of Star Trek: The Original Series. If you're new here, every aired episode previous to this one is already on the YouTube channel and our reaction to it. We're also watching Firefly here on the channel, and if you want to see our full reactions and discussions to any of these episodes, you can check that out on our Patreon. The link for that is in the description, so you can go check that out too. But make sure to subscribe, become part of the target audience. All right. What if this was the whole episode?
It'd be a bold choice, but I wouldn't be mad. I just got... Oh, okay. Uh-oh, green sweater Kirk.
Captain, I think I'm gonna like Argelius. Scotty, in Argelia they use the lights. Now, no one has to tell an old Aberdeen pub crawler how to applaud, Captain.
That's pretty neat, though, the lights. That's cool.
There's nothing like a walk in the fog with a bonny lass.
Or handsome gentleman.
Jimmy's taking the back seat.
Don't forget, the explosion that threw Scotty against the bulkhead was caused by a woman.
Physically, he's all right.
considerable psychological damage could have been caused. For example, his total resentment toward women.
He seems to be overcoming his resentment. Bones, I know a little place across town where the women...
Oh, yes, I know the place. I know the place. Let's go.
Someone left out their dry ice.
She's dead, Jeff.
Stabbed.
What?
Can't look much worse for you, Scotty. Knife literally in your hand. So I wonder if it's going to be kind of like a detective murder mystery story.
Always love that kind of work.
Yeah, and I like the start. It's like it wasn't right into the plot, but it was just like them hanging out. It was a good start.
Haveney's back.
Now, are you sure you've never seen this before?
I don't remember. I remember starting to turn. I don't remember another thing.
Scotty, you've got to remember.
You don't think by any chance that Scotty
It
was...
doesn't make any difference what I think.
But you don't just throw him to the wolves.
Bones. This happened under Argelian jurisdiction. If they want to arrest him, try him, even convict him, I have to go along with it.
Think Leonard Nimoy was unavailable for this episode?
The outlook for your friend is quite grim.
What is the law in these cases?
The law of Argelius is love.
Gentlemen, our prefect, Jarvis. Sir, Captain Kirk, Dr. McCoy.
And this is my wife, Sibo. Gentlemen, let us proceed to my home, where, with the aid of my wife, we shall learn the truth.
Gonna hypnotize him or something. Why don't you use that truth serum that Spock brought up in one episode and then never again? Huh? You know, like, hey, we have truth serum, by the way.
That's why he's not in this episode.
Yeah, only he has it.
I can beam down a technician with a psycho tricorder.
It will give us a detailed account of everything that's happened to Mr. Scott in the last 24 hours.
I guess it's pretty close to a truth serum.
Oh, I'd advise against it, Prefect. This is purely an Argelian matter.
Kirk Enterprise.
Enterprise, Spock.
Yay!
Technician with a psycho tricorder, please use these coordinates.
In the chair.
Coordinates received.
Kirk out.
Now, they were talking about his resentment of women for some reason because of his accident. So you think it's something with women that causes this to happen?
I don't think he did anything. It is odd, though, that they brought up that accident. You'd think they'd come back in
That
the
blown
plot.
ahead.
Yeah, here we go.
Put all his previous behavior patterns into the junk heap.
Of course, there's another possibility. Hysterical amnesia. When a man feels guilty about something, something too terrible to remember, he blots it out of his conscious memory.
They're also pretty lenient. If he's really, accused of murder, they're just letting him walk around, not in handcuffs or in the brig, just hanging out with them.
Doesn't seem like this society deals with crime very much.
Sibo has the ability to receive impressions from inanimate objects.
Oh, she's an empath.
But I put it here when we arrived. It's gone.
The girl from the ship's gonna be dead? Oh no! Just a brutal stab wounds. Wow. All I'm saying is if you're in America, you're going to jail. Unless you're very rich.
Where's... Lieutenant Tracy is dead, Scott. You were found alone in the room.
I don't remember. I must have passed out.
It could be, Jeb, that head injury.
Can't even believe this is really happening.
I like how they came down here for a vacation for Scotty, and he's accused of murder 2 times over. Poor guy.
My men picked you up near here. What were you doing?
Please, I know nothing about it. I didn't kill anyone.
That's not what he asked.
You were a musician at the cafe. You played for the murdered girl.
Ooh, it's that guitar riff music.
She was my daughter. Prefect,
How could a thing like this have happened here?
Can you prove you went directly home?
Captain, may I continue with the questions, please?
Well, get on with it, man. Just don't stand there. Captain.
You're behaving very much like a man who is desperately trying anything to save his friend.
Well, of course I'm trying to save my friend.
Not his crewman, not his, mechanic, his friend.
Concentrate upon the flame which burns upon the altar of truth.
Is Fire gonna summon Steve Wilkos with a lie detector test?
There is evil here. Monstrous, terrible evil.
I don't trust this woman either.
What if Scooby-Doo taught me anything? It's always the one you never expect.
Red Jack! Red Jack!
Red Jack.
Oh, is
Red
she gonna
Jacket?
be dead? Okay. Gotta give the episode credit. I was wrong. Did not see that coming. I did it, Captain.
3 murders.
It's like, okay, after the first one, all right, maybe it wasn't you. Second one, okay, maybe there's a chance. Third one with you. It's like,
But like what she was talking about, maybe it's some type of like ancient spirit that's possessing him because of his head injury.
You may have killed without knowing it. Will your machines tell us this?
No doubt will remain.
The ancient penalty for murder was death by slow torture. That law has never been changed.
That's unfortunate.
everything else seems so nice down here, but they just never got around to changing that one, huh?
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's the law.
We're going to court!
Computer, identify verification.
Working. Lieutenant Commander Montgomery Scott.
Montgomery. Have we heard his first name before? Montgomery. I like it.
I don't remember a thing about the first 2 murders.
Computer, accuracy scan.
Subject relaying accurate account.
Lie to me. How old are you?
22, sir.
Inaccurate. Inaccurate.
So at this point, just sit everyone in that chair. Did you kill her? Yes.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Did you kill Tara? Did you kill Lieutenant Tracy?
I don't remember.
Computer, accuracy scan.
Subject relaying accurate account.
Wait, Spock's in this scene. He hasn't said one word.
Not really his business.
Mr. Morla, will you take the stand?
Oh, here we go.
I loved her, and she loved me.
He might think she loved him, but she didn't. She told me.
Oh, this is like a weird love triangle. The dad and the boyfriend.
I don't know if that's quite a love triangle.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I thought they were all in on a grand conspiracy, but they're turning against each other.
She said something else, words that didn't make any sense.
Red Jack.
Definition of following word. Regic.
Red Jack. Source. Earth. 19th century. Nickname for mass murderer of women. Other Earth synonym. Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper? What?
The ghost of Jack the Ripper on this planet? He made it all the way there?
That's where he went.
But Sibo said that it feeds on death. Said it also feeds on fear. Which would tend to support the proposition that the murderer was not human.
Oh, they're saying he never actually existed. Like Jack the Ripper was always this spirit thing. It was never actually a person.
Would you mind taking the stand, Mr. Hengist?
Prefect, this has gone far enough. I will not take the stand.
If you are the entity for which we search, what better position from which to kill with impunity? An entity which feeds on fear and terror would find a perfect hunting ground on Argelius. The entity would be as a hungry wolf in that fold.
Oh, he said it. He said the thing. It's like, Classic, just run.
That's the worst stunt double so far. I'm sorry.
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
That's 2 in 1 episode. Oh, did he kill him so the spirit left his body?
That is great. Wow.
Let's not gloss over that Kirk just killed that man with a punch.
I've got some stuff that would tranquilize an active volcano.
Good. Start distribution immediately. Life support system override jammed. All right. Man your station, Mr. Soon. I see.
Okay. They had Sulu there just for the last 10 minutes of this episode.
Oh, this shot again.
I love this shot.
Normal environmental levels have been restored, Captain.
Captain? Whoever he is, he sure talks gloomy.
Oh, Bones is gonna get everybody high so no one can be scared.
Now I know why they brought Sulu in just for that one part.
Yep.
Hey, George, you get to be weird. Okay, I'm in.
I wouldn't be afraid of a supernova.
Why'd they give it to only him?
Compute to the last digit the value of pi. The value of pi is a transcendental figure without resolution.
Oh, that's great.
Extend your arms, Mr. Jarvis.
Oh, it got him.
I'll die, make you suffer!
Yes!
Wait, what?
Die, 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 everybody die.
What a captain. He doesn't order anyone else to do it. Just carries him himself.
Full power. Widest angle of dispersion. Maintain.
Excited, Captain? I'll do it. Everybody die.
He shoves him out of the way.
They're just transporting him into space?
Didn't have to shove me, Mr. Spock. I'd have gotten round to it.
You seem very happy about the whole thing.
Oh, why not? For a while there, I didn't know whether I was innocent or guilty.
Bones, how long will it take for this tranquilizer to wear off?
Oh, I don't know. 5 or 6 hours. I came on a pretty big shot, Jim. Since you came to Argelius to rest, I suggest you take advantage of the opportunity.
I know a cafe where the women are so...
I know the place, Jim.
Let's go see.
Gentlemen.
Just to start, I just wanted to say the guy who played Prefect, I think his name was, or they called him Prefect, the husband of the woman. He's looked familiar to me, and I was like, is he in this show before? And I looked it up, and he was, but not at all what I expected. He played the computer's projection of Landru in Return of the Archons, where the computer pretended to be the god. He was like the god Landru that projected for a moment. So very interesting that he's in that. Yeah, very interesting he's in that role, and then in this one. I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, what do you think about the episode?
I love this episode, man. I love a good murder mystery. And not only was this a good murder mystery, but it's similar to the one episode, I think it was season 2, episode 2 maybe, where it's like it introduces a new idea to already established things, where it's like Jack the Ripper's been known as this entity of, you know, who was his killer? Or like D.B. Hooker? The guy that jumped out of the plane. D.B. Cooper, yeah, like, not that he was a murderer, but like these, you know, these lifelong myths of who are these people, and like it established that idea of like, what if it's an entity that possesses all these different people and like jumps from person to person to kill these people? Like, that's an interesting idea. I never thought of, you know, someone like Jack the Ripper being like that. So I love that idea, and not knowing who it is. Just like, I love a good murder mystery. I mean, you and I saw Murder on the Orient Express like in like late 2017. It was one of my favorite theaters because I just love a good mystery. A good mystery movie is so hard to come by. And this felt like that, whereas I was so invested in this story where it's like, I want to know who did this in this world of Star Trek. I find weird that they kept Spock out of the first half and like only Sulu for 10 minutes, but it kind of makes sense, you know? It's like it's a rotating crew. You never know who's going to be there and for how long. It's yeah, man, this was a good one in my opinion. How about you?
Yeah, I think it's a nice, fun episode. I wouldn't say it's like one of my favorites of the season or anything, but again, something just like really weird and different. I appreciate that they did that, and I think for the most part it pays off. I think as far as like disappointments, the biggest thing for me is that the way that it started, I was really hoping like, wow, this is going to be like a Scotty-centered episode, and it really ends up not being. After that first act, he's kind of more just used as a plot device to set up this murder mystery, which is fine, and I like how the story played out, but I was going into it thinking like, oh wow, is this going to be like a deep Scotty episode? And James, I don't know if it's Doohan or Doohan, but the actor who plays Scotty had some great moments, especially towards the first half, where he's genuinely not remembering and doesn't know if he killed these women. So great stuff from him there. A lot of it was kind of goofy, especially towards the end, but in a good way. But yeah, I wouldn't, say it's one of my favorites, like I said, but I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a lie detector test, use it. Have everyone sit on that chair. But I get it. The whole point was it's like this entity is not, specific to person. It's just, it can bounce from things to things.
If they had dipped a little bit more into the horror, it could have even been like another like Cat's Paw, like another Halloween theme, typed episode too, because they did kind of lean into the spookiness a little bit.
Yeah, like it felt like, Sleepy Hollow when they're going through like an old town with like the smoke. I'm like, oh, this is very neat. But yeah, I do. They're not great, but episodes that draw on real life past events and try to provide explanations for them. I don't hate them, but I just find them interesting. It's like, oh, I never thought about it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely thought it was very interesting and a good time. Not really big flaws or anything as far as that I could tell, but I think to keep in mind is that, it's slow on purpose because they want us to know that they're slow because they're old, so. All right, well, that's going to be your thoughts on Wolf in the Fold. Let us know down below in the comments what you thought of it.
This is going to be our most disliked video.
Let us know down in the comments. No, seriously, though. Let us know down in the comments what you agree, disagree with what we said. If there's anything we didn't touch on, what you like, don't like about the episode. And if it's your first time here, make sure to subscribe, become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us guys, and hopefully for you guys as well. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one.